Hello friends and welcome to today's video where I'll be giving you the 10 worst songs by some of my favorite groups. These are not my top 10 groups because that would take way more mental effort to figure out, but these are 10 of my favorite groups, so that's what you're getting. I can also tell you their worst songs off the top of my head, which is probably why I picked them. I also have tea because there's tea. This is great tea. I'm not even kidding. It's like black cherry tea and it's very delicious and I love it. But that's totally unrelated. Before I get started, some quick disclaimers. And by that I just mean everything I am going to say is my opinion. You can love every single song I mention in this video, and that is great, and I love that for you. They are just not for me, and in my opinion, they are the worst songs by these groups. The first group is the group that started this concept, SHINee, because I was doing my review for Don't Call Me. I'll link that in the description if you want to see it. But I was doing my review for Don't Call Me, and Don't Call Me is their worst song. I'm going to say it right off the bat, in terms of titles. These are all just titles, but Don't Call Me is their worst title. By far. So, SHINee's worst title, Don't Call Me, it does not even come close to the standard of some of their other titles. In my opinion, SHINee has one of the best discographies ever. Don't Call Me is an atrocity by any standards, especially SHINee standards. Next is VIXX. In spite of the fact that I've never reviewed a VIXX album on this channel, which is something I should really change, I adore VIXX with all my heart and soul. I actually have one version of every single VIXX album, at least in their Korean releases, so I am a diehard VIXX stan. I love them like crazy. And their worst title is Rock Your Body, because what in the sweet hell was going on with that song? I get it was a very different time in terms of music, but it does not hold up at all. It is not a good song. I used to love it. I will not deny, when I first heard it, I did love it in 2015. But it's 2021 now, and we need to leave her back in 2015. My next group, which is my favorite group, this is the one group I can tell you without a doubt, this is my number one group, Astro. If you remember my old setup when I had all the Astro albums behind me, yeah, diehard Astro stan here. I literally have a signed copy of their debut album. That's all unrelated. Their worst song, this might be a little controversial. One. I did not like One. I think it is their worst title to date. I was just really not here for it. I can't explain what specifically it is about it. I don't hate the song, but I definitely don't like it. I don't listen to it. If it comes on, I will probably skip it. It's that serious. I don't like this song. Astro has really good titles, at least for the most part, in my opinion. They have some banger titles. One was not on par. Next is another group that I have all the albums and I adore with all my heart and soul. BAP. We're not getting into my feelings on BAP because I don't really feel like crying my eyes out for the rest of the night. I have other videos I need to film tonight, so I can't go into a deep depression about BAP at the moment. But their worst song, in my opinion, is Warrior. Which, I understand, 2012 music, especially 2012 hip-hop, was not something that I enjoy. I know that about myself. The rappy K-pop song from 2012, usually I don't like. But in my opinion, Warrior it's not it. The next group, 17, their worst song in my opinion is Fear. I think it doesn't help that I really liked Hit, which was the pre-release. Although, to be fair, Hit does not hold up to the same extent as I felt it did. But either way, Fear? That's 17 titles. There is a level for 17 titles. I just reviewed their latest album. I'll also put that in the description if you want to watch it. Their new title, amazing. Incredible. Their last few titles, really the last 5, I think, really since Fear, have all been amazing. But Fear? No, I cannot claim her. I'm sorry, I expect better. Next is NCT Dream. I thought about doing all of NCT, and then I decided if I ever do a part 2, I want to save my thoughts on 127 for a later date. So we're just doing Dream right now, and their worst song is Hot Sauce. NCT Dream does not always have the best titles. Boom is a banger, and I love it. Raiden has its moments. I have a moment for Hello Future, but really other than those three, their titles aren't anything super, super special. But Hot Sauce is just a bad song. I can accept, We Young isn't anything revolutionary, but it's a fun song. We Go Up, I can have a moment for her, but Hot Sauce is just bad. It's bad, and I can't claim it. Next is EXO. Victoria, don't listen to this part because I don't want to ruin our border experience every time we go to Canada. Wolf is EXO's worst song. I thought about saying Love Shot, but I listened to Wolf again and Love Shot when I was trying to figure it out. Wolf is just a hot mess. Like, Love Shot, they wanted sexy, and I get that. Wolf, though, what in God's name was going on with that song? Like, that song is a disaster. Like, there was so much happening, and none of it meshed cohesively, and it's a mess. It's a mess, and usually not in a good way. Next group on my list is Ace. Ace has a lot of bad titles. Like, this was actually a little hard for me, just because I love them, and I think they're very talented. But dear sweet lord, their titles usually suck. Like, I'm so sorry if, like, you think their titles are amazing. I love Ace so much. I have missed seeing them live 3 times, and those are, like, some of my 3 biggest regrets. I almost went to a concert the night before I had a final to see them, before I realized I would rather pass my final, but that's unrelated. Their worst song, in my opinion, is Savage. Just because Undercover was bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Undercover and Favorite Boys, both bad. But Savage, I feel like, was the culmination of bad. Even though it was not the last one of the 3. I feel like it was, like, the peak of bad. Because it was worse than Undercover. It was worse than Favorite Boy. Like, it's unlistenable, frankly. Like, I cannot listen to that song. Even if I'm, like, having an Ace moment and watching all their content, I will skip this era in its entirety. At least in terms of, like, music show performances. Because I cannot stand the song. Next is The Boys. And I had to think about this one too, because The Boys' titles recently have been struggling, but I decided their new song is the worst one yet, Thrill Ride. This might change with the release of their new album in like a week, but their new song, their newest song to date, is their worst. I really hope their new title isn't horrifyingly bad, but at this point, I have no faith. But as of right now, I might have to make a little addendum when I review their new album and say, no, this is their new worst title. But as of right now, it's Thrill Ride. Like, I cannot stand that song. Before I get to my 10th group, I'm giving a brief honorable mention to Infinite because they have no bad titles. Infinite's discography is absolutely flawless. Every single one of their title tracks is incredible. And literally, if I were to list out the best songs from, like, 2011 through 2015, like, just the top 3, there would be an Infinite song there every year. Like, it's true, they don't have a bad title. Go listen to Infinite's entire discography. You literally will not be disappointed. Now for the actual last group, Toast. I had to debate with myself between I Know I Love You and Loser Lover. And I decided on Loser Lover because I Know I Love You has Sori's part, and I really like her part. I cannot stand the rest of the song, but I really like her part. So I have decided Loser Lover is their worst song because it has nothing I like, and I hate it, and I hope they do better. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on my choices for these groups. Let me know your favorite groups and maybe some of their worst songs. I just think it's good that we, like, normalize the fact that, yeah, we love these groups, but their music can be real shitty sometimes. And I think that's okay to say. So, yeah. Other than that, though, you can always like and subscribe if you want to, or don't. I will really be okay either way. You can also follow me on Twitter at S_album reviews. I will link that in the description as well. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!